This week on Inside Boulder News, Boulder police talk marijuana regulation after the passage of Amendment 64, the Boulder History Museum makes plans to move back downtown, and cyclists are reminded to take precautions in the dark.
Welcome to Inside Boulder, featuring topics and stories that impact the community of Boulder, with Patrick von Kaiserling and Jennifer Bray. And on the news desk, Natalie Wood and Mike Benuelos bring you the stories making headlines in the community this week. Inside Boulder News starts now.
Welcome to Inside Boulder News. I'm Natalie Wood. Last week, Colorado voters passed Amendment 64, calling for the legalization of marijuana. While the amendment allows people 21 and older to possess and cultivate limited amounts of marijuana for personal use, the provision conflicts with federal law, which still makes marijuana a controlled substance. Inside Boulder News spoke with Police Chief Mark Beckner about how officers plan to respond to marijuana use.
In the immediate future, we've suspended enforcing possession under an ounce or possession of paraphernalia that's used for marijuana use. And recently the district attorney here in Boulder County also announced that they would not be prosecuting those cases. So we certainly won't be enforcing those or issuing any summonses for those violations. This was an amendment to the Constitution, which complicates things. A constitutional clause kind of sets the values of the community, and so now how is that implemented and how is it carried out? Those are the questions we really don't know. And how is it going to be regulated? There has to be some regulation. So is it going to allow people to sell marijuana to others on the street? We don't know the answer to those questions yet, so there's a process that the state has to go through to regulate it.
Election results are expected to be certified by December 6th, with the law going into effect 30 days after. City officials are still looking into the potential ramifications the amendment could have on the licensing and regulation of marijuana-related businesses. City Attorney Tom Carr is expected to give a report to council before the end of the year. The city is seeking public input on possible changes to the land use code to help reduce negative impacts related to the overconsumption of alcohol. A survey is available until November 26th, and results will help inform potential land use code changes to be presented to council in early 2013. Visit the city's website for more information and to participate in the survey. The Boulder History Museum is moving downtown. The museum, currently located on University Hill, signed a contract to buy the Masonic Lodge downtown. The new stage will provide a larger and more centrally located site to display its collections.
We've been talking about wanting to expand and move because we're really feeling pretty constrained in the building that we're in right now. It's a beautiful old historic house, but we are putting exhibits in bedrooms and the living room and the dining room, and it's really challenging when you're trying to do exhibits that really represent our community. This is a real opportunity for us to expand, have a larger space, and also to be really in the heart of Boulder. We tell the stories of Boulder from the very early years, but we really consider history coming up through today. With this expansion, though, we're really looking at offering really highly interactive exhibits that focus on a lot of the things that make Boulder Boulder. And so that's science and technology, environmental sustainability, sports and fitness. And so we're looking at incorporating science center type exhibits into this museum so that families and people can come and really have a lot of really cool, fun things to do.
The Boulder History Museum hopes to make the move by fall 2014. The evening commute has less sunlight thanks to the recent daylight savings time change. Local bike shops, Go Boulder, and Community Cycles are working to make this time of year safer by shedding some light during the winter season.
What we do every fall in Boulder is the city and Community Cycles work together to do a bike light promotion campaign. That is these little coupons that we give out, and you can use them at many bike shops in town, but we also go to the farmers market and do a lot of outreach to teach people how to use lights and what are good kind of lights. So this is sort of our bike light display, and on this you can see how different lights work. For instance, this is an LED light, and you can see how that compares, a bigger LED light compares to a smaller LED light, and most lights today are going to be LED. Now this one is a solar light, so it's a little different. If your bike lives outside and gets a lot of sun, then that might be a good choice for you if you don't like to use batteries. And these are all front headlights. And then the red ones are rear headlights. And we have different kinds of those too, and different powers. They blink or they don't blink. And you can come check out our display or check out a display at a local bike shop. In Boulder, the law is that you need a front headlight and a rear reflector, but we encourage you to have both a front and rear headlight. Some other things you can do for safety in winter is you can wear reflective clothing. So sometimes on your backpack there'll be reflective little straps, or you can wear safety vests, and those are available at most shops. There's safety tape you can use that you can put on various things. I put some on, like the downstays on my bicycle, so you can see the bike in other places, not just the light. What we sell at Community Cycles and recommend to most commuters is reflective tires. So the side band of the tire is reflective, so that when you're crossing the street and a car is seeing you from perpendicular direction, where they might not see your light, but they'll still see your tires. So that's a great safety measure. So you can really find a lot of spots for reflectors, but reflectors alone don't do the job. You need a light.
Sue recommends checking out a local bike shop or stopping by Community Cycles to learn more about safe cycling in Boulder during the winter season. A popular Boulder trail is open again thanks to rehabilitation work following the Flagstaff fire. Bear Peak West Ridge Trail reopened this week after city crews stabilized the area damaged by this summer's fire. The trail was left with severely eroded slopes and dangerous conditions for hikers. Good fall weather conditions helped crews meet their goal of opening the trail by early November. There is still more work to do on some segments of the trail, and some sections remain off limits. But the public can now complete a loop from the Fern Canyon and Bear Canyon trails. Visit osmp.org for information on this reopening and other trail closures. Thanks for watching Inside Boulder News. Stay in touch with us on Facebook by submitting news tips and questions. Just search for City of Boulder Channel 8. More Inside Boulder is next.